We are picking up on a conversation Belinda started last week with Alan Becker, CEO of Retirement Solutions Group. The 10 things you need on your retirement income planning checklist.
One of the biggest concerns, right, is long-term care. So what can we do to prepare for that?
Yeah, I mean, long-term care is the big unknown. You know, nobody wants to go to a nursing home. We'd like to stay in home health care, you know, where we can bring the care to our house, stay in as long as we can. And that's why we created our checklist, 10 things to prepare you for retirement. And we want to make this checklist available to everybody. All you need to do is text checklist 5 to 474747, and that way you'll get a copy of this. We'll get it out to you. But you know, long-term care is something that I'm passionate about. My grandma lived to 101 years old.
Wow.
Grandma Helen is a very passionate person in my life, and she passed away about a year ago. But she spent 8 years here in Kansas City in assisted living and then into a memory care unit. And you know, it can be a $500,000 expense to families. So you definitely have to have a plan going into retirement for long-term care. It could be part of your income plan, it could be a separate policy, but either way it needs to be addressed.
So my great-grandmothers have a similar story to Helen, and you would be shocked at how expensive it is just for a monthly basis.
I don't wish it upon anybody, but you know, you need to be prepared, right? Like a Boy Scout, you gotta always be prepared.
Okay, and talking about preparation, you know, what are some other things that we should plan for?
Yeah, in this checklist, we have a lot of things that we look at. Another one that we want to look at is the fact of inflation. So I like a little 3-letter phrase, if you will, HIT, HIT. So you're going to be hit in retirement with health care, which we talked about, now inflation, and another lovely one is taxes. So
taxes, everybody's favorite.
Yeah, so you need to be prepared, especially on those 3 fronts. So if we're talking about inflation, our money won't go as far as it did in the past. I was just reading earlier about the housing bubble, and you know, that bubble burst, but if you go back to the value of houses today, did it really burst, or did it just take the slow path before the bubble happened and it's kind of back on track? So you really just have to look at, you know, all the different factors, how long you plan on living, and yeah, obviously nobody knows that for sure, so you want to go on the cautious side, and then make sure that you have a plan to make sure your money lasts as long as you do, because these are your golden years and you don't want to run out of money in retirement, right?
Absolutely.
Biggest fear of retirees.
And you had an interesting point there with the housing bubble. You know, there's certain things that you can put your money in and it's sort of going to come back around. You know, what other financial products are like that?
Well, you know, at Retirement Solutions Group, we are investment advisor, fiduciary, Series 65 licensed, but we're also insurance licensed. So I don't think we should overlook the very misunderstood annuity. And yes, I said the A word. I mean, these are products that have mixed emotions. Some people think, oh my God, annuities are the worst thing in the world. Other people know how good they can be, and there are good ones and bad ones. And what I would say is, if you're going to want to retire and live as long as you can, how about looking at a product that guarantees you will never outlive your money?
And that's huge.
Right. So if there's a solution to address what you need. So again, a product is not a solution necessarily. We got to look at the whole plan. But part of that plan, an annuity might be right for you, and it's something we look at. Now, again, not all annuities are the same. We would really like you to reach out to us and let us do a no cost, no obligation audit of that. It's part of our roundtable retirement process.
And if you'd like to know more on how Alan and his team can use their proprietary roundtable retirement process to help you, call 913-685-9422 or visit rsgusa.net.